Right now at 10, a tie yard fire that burned for more than a day is contained.
And the town of Campbell is trying something it hasn't tried in almost 30 years.
Plus, the ground is being prepared for new additions to the Hillview Healthcare Center.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. It's a not guilty plea for the Onalaska man accused of reckless homicide. 33-year-old Aspen Kalina is accused of selling drugs that led to an overdose death at a Jackson County treatment facility last May. According to the criminal complaint, authorities tracked his ankle monitor to a park near the facility the evening before the victim's death. In Jackson County Court today, Kalina's attorneys entered a not guilty plea. He'll be up for a 5-day jury trial, but no date has yet been set.
Well, quite a windy and very dry day led to some elevated fire concerns across most of the area, especially further west you go. We had with sustained winds that reached 25, even 30 out to the west, but overall, this is what we saw today. They have since decreased. That's a good trend. Observed high temperatures were once again well above average. You can see almost 80 to the west. Overall, low to mid 70s. We should still be in the mid to upper 60s with that south wind. There's your current winds right now have all decreased below 10, so that's not an issue anymore. The relative humidity also has come up, so that means the fire weather concern is not there anymore. There's your front that'll be coming through. Not much associated, even clouds with this front, just really a wind change. Maybe more clouds as we go to tomorrow evening, but that'll be coming through tonight. So tomorrow we'll see the winds turn around a little bit behind it, but not much in the way of clouds until later in the morning into the afternoon. It will keep our temperatures down in some areas, 69 as we get towards noon, and then for Eau Claire, 46. And the clouds definitely increase a little bit faster up there towards the north. So by the mid-morning, you'll see cloud cover overhead, getting back to 65 with that north wind behind it. So the problem with is this front's coming through and it's dry. We have some more fronts coming through this weekend that are potentially dry. We'll break down if we got any rainfall in the next 7 to 10 days because we certainly could use it.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Well, the massive French Island fire at the tie yard of Omaha is now contained. That fire started at about 1:30 a.m. Tuesday and burned for more than 30 hours. It damaged roughly the size of 4 football fields worth of property. Authorities say no one was hurt. The town of Campbell fire chief says there is still some smoldering and said the dry weather and the wind significantly contributed to the spread.
It was a very wind-driven fire, which created turbulence and velocity in the fire itself. So it made the fire burn hotter and faster and spread faster. So we set up what we call a defensive operation, where we tried to control the perimeter of the fire and attack it to the best of our ability.
The fire department is monitoring the site to ensure the fire doesn't reignite. The cause is still under investigation.
Well, dry conditions combined with strong gusty winds are increasing the fire risk in our area. The majority of counties in our viewing area are under high fire danger risk, according to the Wisconsin DNR. Those counties include La Crosse, Eau Claire, Buffalo, Clark, and Rusk counties. Dry vegetation and falling leaves make for less moisture in the air, increasing the risk for fire hazards. Burning of brush and leaf piles are the main cause of wildfires during the fall season. Campfires, fireplace ash, even cigarette ash can also pose a threat.
Our friends that happen to be smoking, especially out the car window, and they're ashing their cigarette out the window, they're not properly disposing of those cigarettes. That's when this kind of situation comes into play and when we see these fires start to grow.
McCormick suggests keeping the WizBurn app handy for weather conditions and burn ban statuses. She says we are not technically under a burn ban, but advises areas under high risk to avoid burning until conditions go back to moderate or low.
The town of Campbell is looking to become an official village. A special town meeting was held tonight to discuss a proposal that would turn the town into an incorporated village. Now, the two biggest concerns, water and taxes. If Campbell is granted this measure, it would effectively seal their borders to create a secure tax base and make it easier for them to create their own municipal water system. The town board chair says he's hopeful about the potential transition and that they already operate like a village.
We act like a village, we look like a village, we're compact, we're not leaving part of the town out there hanging, we're going to incorporate the entire town. So I think we have a very good chance of getting this done.
50 residents have to sign a petition that then goes through the La Crosse County Circuit Court and then the Department of Administration in Madison. If those both clear, it's finally up to the Campbell residents to approve it via a referendum. Last time Campbell tried to become a village was 27 years ago. Dairyland Power Cooperative employees rolled up their sleeves today for a second annual day of service. Volunteers teamed up to tackle service projects in 6 locations across 3 states. One project location was in Lafarge, where teams cut brush and trimming trails at the Kickapoo Valley Reserve. Dairyland's president says the organization is even trying to help with Hurricane Helene.
And here with Hurricane Helene, we've got a massive number of calls for support. And like I said, we have from Wisconsin 40 people, related equipment, and even mechanics and safety folks going out.
The company had over 200 volunteers celebrate today's day of service.
Hillview Healthcare Center is undergoing a transformation. Today, La Crosse County is breaking ground on a $19 million renovation project. The project is being funded by the American Rescue Plan Act and a community project funding grant. The project will include 35 new beds, an intergenerational day center, and 10 units of housing as part of the Pathways Home Plan. The campus administrator says the renovation is helping to bridge the care gap in the community.
We meet the needs of the community. We look at what areas that there's gaps in. So I believe that this project will really help increase the engagement of our collaboration with the community.
And the project is expected to be completed by December 2025. A Logan High School and UWL alum is adding another medal to her rack. Chandra Ribrick, a former La Crosse resident, finished in the top 45% in the VinFast Ironman World Championship women's race, one of the most challenging one-day sporting events on the planet. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall has this story. Jeremy.
Emily Ribrick is no stranger to triathlon. She competed in several Ironmans, but never thought she'd be in its World Championship women's race. Ribrick started competing in triathlons in 2007 to get healthy. An athlete for most of her life, she qualified for the Ironman World Championship women's race last year in Madison. In September, she flew to Nice, France, where she had to compete in a 140-mile course consisting of swimming, biking, and running. An Ironman and half Ironman veteran, she says this triathlon was definitely a challenge and will never forget events like swimming.
I didn't expect the support that I received before the race. I got so many words of encouragement. My friends and family did a little video that surprised me, which was amazing. And I took all of that with me out on the course.
And as tough as it was, Ribrick says she's thankful for the support from her friends and family. She also says she plans to compete in another Ironman in the future. Ken and Emily?
Okay, thank you, Jeremy.
Less than 5 weeks until Election Day.
Both presidential campaigns are back on the trail looking to capitalize on momentum from Tuesday's VP debate.
He murdered a father of 3, sentenced to life in prison. Kamala Harris pushed to use tax dollars to pay for his sex change.
I made sure that they changed the policy so that every transgender inmate would have access.
It sounds insane because it is insane. Kamala was the first to help pay for a prisoner's sex change.
The power that I had, I used it in a way that was about pushing for the movement, frankly, and the agenda.
Kamala's agenda is they, them, not you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
You just have to get in the seat of a John Deere Gator XUV 835M, not because of the spacious cargo box, or because it can tackle any terrain, not even because it tows up to 4,000 pounds. You just have to get in the seat because something about being this productive just makes you smile.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
I have had the privilege of working with an exceptional team to install over 12,000 home improvements for local homeowners in the last 35 years. Now it's time for me to spend a little more time with my bride of over 50 years. Fortunately, I found an experienced remodeling contractor and corporate project manager to lead the board store into the future.
And with an outstanding team by my side, I am proud to lead this amazing company my dad has built. And we look forward to continuing to serve you with the great value that is the board store trademark.
Vice President Kamala Harris headed to Georgia today in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, while former President Donald Trump later this week returns to the site of an attempt on his life that shocked the nation.
Meanwhile, their running mates are hitting battleground states after Tuesday night's first and only vice presidential debate of the campaign. CBS News correspondent Bradley Blackburn reports from New York.
I would just ask that. Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future.
Rallying in Michigan the day after the vice presidential debate, Republican Ohio Senator J.D. Vance was asked about that memorable exchange with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
I'm focused on the election of 33 days from now because I want to throw Kamala Harris out of office and get back to common sense economic policies.
It is disqualifying to not acknowledge that the 2020 election was won by Joe Biden.
As he campaigned in battleground Pennsylvania, Walz championed his running mate, Vice President Kamala Harris.
Character matters, and Kamala Harris has it.
Thank you. Harris visited Georgia, which is struggling, along with large parts of the Southeast in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene.
I am here to personally take a look at the devastation, which is extraordinary.
Former President Donald Trump is set to rally in Pennsylvania on Saturday. He'll return to the location in Butler, where he was grazed by a would-be assassin's bullet.
Great place. And we're going back to Butler, by the way. We're going to go back and finish our speech.
On Wednesday, the U.S. Secret Service issued a statement saying Trump is receiving heightened protection after Butler and last month's apparent attempt on Trump's life at his West Palm Beach golf course. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
The Secret Service says it's made comprehensive changes to its communication capabilities and is coordinating closely with local and state authorities in Pennsylvania.
The security perimeter has expanded for Saturday's Trump rally in Butler, and U.S. Secret Service personnel will also be stationed both inside and outside of the secure zone, including on the roof of the shed from where Thomas Crooks previously fired shots. Vaccination rates for children are dropping.
What health officials say might be the cause in just a few minutes.
We should be almost done with 80-degree weather, but unfortunately we are going to see some more 80-degree weather potentially this weekend, maybe even next week as our mild, warm, and dry conditions continue. I'll break it all down for you coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you have trouble opening a window or keeping one in place, you may have frame damage, worn materials, or even hidden problems you can't see. You need a trusted window company to evaluate it, check for hidden issues, and possibly replace the window. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Call now for our buy 3, get 1 free special. Choose Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions or something less.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Fentanyl is killing over 1,000 people a year in Wisconsin. New reporting shows that Eric Hubdy is doing business with a bank accused of links to the Mexican drug cartel. Banco Azteca loaded up $26 million in cash and flew it to Eric Hubdy's bank in California. Other U.S. banks have cut ties with this Mexican bank, but Eric Hubdy took their money. That's 26 million more reasons you can't trust Eric Hubdy.
Today at Wesco in Sparta, it's interest-free. Free! 24 months interest-free, 36 months interest-free, even 48 months interest-free on everything from beautiful furniture for every room and premium mattresses to flooring and brand-name appliances. Choose the home furnishings you want. Then Wesco lets you buy interest-free to suit your needs. 24 months interest-free, 36 months interest-free, or even 48 months interest-free. It's an interest-free for all today at Wesco in Sparta.
From sunup to sundown, Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning has been servicing our Cooley region for 59 years. Whether you're in La Crosse, Onalaska, West Salem, Holmen, or La Crescent, Take comfort your heating and cooling needs are met with our trusted staff, longevity, and 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Be ready this fall and call Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning for your furnace cleaning check today. Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning, your local Trane dealer. It's hard to stop a Trane.
I'm a nurse in Wisconsin, and my patients don't want politicians like Eric Hovde making their healthcare decisions.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
Hovde means what he says about opposing reproductive rights.
Eric Hovde supported overturning Roe v. Wade, which led to an abortion ban in Wisconsin.
And that's a ban with no exceptions for rape or incest.
What Hovde supports criminalizes abortion and doctors like me.
We need to vote against Eric Hovde.
Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
A recent study suggests that nearly a third of American adults may have an iron deficiency. The researchers studied data from over 8,000 adults in the country. They found roughly 14% had absolute iron deficiency. That is when there is a severe reduction or even complete absence of the body's iron stores. An additional estimated 15% had functional iron deficiency. That is when there are adequate iron stores, but the body is struggling to use it. Iron deficiency has been tied to restless leg syndrome, fatigue, anemia, hair loss, and heart failure. It can be prevented or treated by using iron supplements and eating iron-rich foods.
A record number of kindergartners did not get at least one state-mandated vaccine. That's according to new numbers from the CDC. About 3.3% of kindergartners had an exemption for at least one required vaccine during the last school year. That is up from 3% from the previous year, and the vast majority were non-medical exemptions. That means roughly 127,000 kindergartners didn't receive at least one state-mandated vaccine. Roughly 93% of kindergartners received the measles vaccine.
Well, dry, warm temperatures causing some potential, as we've seen, for fire hazards. So we must be, aware of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But it looks like we're going to be kind of staying the same the rest of the week, Greg. Not a lot of rain in sight.
No, unfortunately, this pattern is dry. There's just one opportunity coming up for rainfall, and that is Saturday night. And even then, it's a very slim chance. Beyond that, we have dry conditions continue. Now, overnight, the winds have died down. They're going to start turning around to the northeast as that cold front kind of slides south. Temperatures overall pretty seasonable. Still some areas that could get into the 30s, but overall not too bad for what you'd expect for the beginning of October. So less wind tomorrow, still mild, but it kind of depends on where you are because we do have cloud cover that's going to be increasing here tomorrow behind the front as it goes further south. That'll continue on Thursday night, but then we'll clear out and we have sunny skies and seasonable conditions, a little cooler, but still kind of where we should be for October. And once again, a very good Friday night football activity plan too. Overall, cloud cover wise, it's very little with this front, but you can see the winds beginning to turn around a little bit behind it, and that's what's coming down. All really the precipitation, the moisture is well to the north in Canada. There's not a lot associated with that all the way west, so that's why we're just seeing a wind shift and maybe a slight difference in temperatures with it. Now, if you look at cloud cover, as you start in the morning, you'll start seeing it really increase probably by mid to late morning for areas north of I-94. That's why those temperatures up there may be a little bit cooler tomorrow. Then we go further south. It's not really until the afternoon to evening time frame that we start seeing this cloud cover increase across the area all the way down to southwest Wisconsin towards the evening commute. Not expecting any precipitation with this cloud cover, just some northeast winds and just more clouds. That's it. It should remain dry. In fact, you look at the high temperatures, it really depends on when you see the clouds. Further north, they're going to see it earlier. They'll hold the temperatures down a little bit more in the mid to upper 60s. Further south you go, you could get close to 80 down there towards Prairie du Chien in those areas just because the clouds don't arrive till in the afternoon with everyone seeing that northeast wind, just light winds. Now Friday behind the front, cooler air does get in here a little bit, so a couple degrees cooler. It just depends on you are. Further north, they might see more sun, so they'll be more mid 60s, which is warmer than tomorrow, but everyone should be upper 60s, low 70s. Now that rain chance comes with that system coming Saturday. It's going to make a way through the plains, and by the time we get to Saturday morning, you're going to notice the wind start picking up, especially as we go into Saturday ahead of it. So windy conditions are expected. That south wind should boost those temperatures up to close to 80, and better shot you're going to see it further south you go because this cloud cover from it will start impacting the area probably in the afternoon time frame. This comes through Saturday night, a brief opportunity for some showers, and I mean just a brief opportunity, a few hours, because after that it's going to clear out for Sunday. We breezy conditions again, but it's behind northwest winds, and then the rest of next week is really dry and back to the 70s with potential maybe for more 80s as we go to the second half of next week. So there are some concerns as we go on to next week as this continues and we get an opportunity when we have little low level, I can't even say it sometimes, humidity values drop and the winds start picking up, that we could see more fire weather issues going on.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Brewers looking to break a rough stretch of October baseball. We've got highlights from an instant classic at AmFam Field, courtesy of Jacob, next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
Fentanyl is one of the most lethal drugs on the market. This much can kill thousands. These deadly drugs are pouring across our border. But Biden, Harris, and Democrats have done nothing to stop it. Tammy Baldwin claims she's trying, but she's failed. She took credit for an anti-fentanyl bill she didn't write and opposed efforts to secure the border. Senator Baldwin and Democrats have done nothing, and our communities are paying the price.
I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message.
Is it past time for new windows? At River Valley Remodelers, there's no need to sacrifice quality for cost. We offer high-quality, energy-efficient replacement windows designed for all of our weather, keeping your home comfortable year-round. Our experts will help you find the perfect option that fits your budget and matches your style. Plus, with our free energy audit, you'll learn how to save more while upgrading your home. River Valley Remodelers, quality windows at a price you'll love. Call today for your free energy audit.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's fall jean sale is going on now, and all jeans are on sale. We're so confident we have the right brand, style, and fit for you that we'll give you a free $5 Farm and Fleet gift card for every pair of jeans you buy. Like men's Rustler jeans, just $15.99. Rewards members save an extra buck. Men's Special Buy Carhartt jeans, 40% off, just $17.99. And shop store-wide savings like 5 quarts of Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic Oil, $30.99.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
It seems like everyone in Washington is either too far left or too far right. I'm Rebecca Cook, and like most folks in Wisconsin, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'll stand up to Democrats to fight for a secure border and stop wasteful spending. I'll stand up to extremists like Derek Van Orden, who wants to ban all abortions with no exceptions. Like you, I'm fed up and ready for change. I approve this message because it's time that we sent one of us to Congress.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, entering tonight, the Brewers had their backs against the wall. Win or go home, Milwaukee has never won a wild card round game. Enough talking, let's get to these highlights. A packed AmFam Field today, and they were treated to a good one. Opening frame, the away side wastes no time. Brandon Nimmo gets one past the diving attempt of Rhys Hoskins. Jose Iglesias was going on the crack of the bat, and it's 1-0 just like that. Didn't take long for the Crew to get this one back to even, though. Jackson Chourio in the leadoff spot today, and that's called getting things going with a bang. The rookie goes the other way. That one is gone. But again, the Mets bats making things happen against Frankie Montas. Francisco Alvarez shoots one back where it came from to put New York back in front. So we head to the 8th. Brewers down to their last 6 out in the season, and pip Chourio. Jackson goes yard again of the opposite field fashion for the 2nd time in the game, and we are all tied until we aren't. Garrett Mitchell was a pinch runner earlier in the game, and he turns into the hero with one swing of the bat. That one clears the wall for one of the most clutch hits in franchise history. And the Milwaukee Brewers and New York Mets will play a Game 3 tomorrow to decide it all in Milwaukee. Well, the Toma Timberwolves girls golf team is having a fantastic 2024 season. They're just outside the rankings for Division I and are hoping to finish the year strong. Regionals today at Cedar Creek Golf Club. Windy conditions for the ladies, but some powered through the adverse conditions. Coming in first place, how about it? Freshman from Toma, Cadence Hasselberger, shooting an 81. She beats her sister Karma by 3 strokes for first place. Senior Jayana Palm of Holman shot an 87, finishing in 3rd place. Onalaska's Finley Shams and Lexi Ortle of Marshfield rounded out the top 5. And in the team standings, you guessed it, the Timberwolves take home first, shooting a 360. Cameron Irshell finished 6th, and Riley Fritz was tied for 14th. Holman took 2nd with a 383, and Onalaska comes in 3rd with a 391. The top 4 teams advance. The Vikings and Hilltoppers will head to sectionals with Toma. Now let's check out what we've got for the nominees for the latest edition of the News 8 Play of the Week. And now for the nominees, we go number 1 here. First of 3 goals on the day for Maggie Crosby against Caledonia. She goes top left corner on this one. Crescent Hoka would win that one by 6. At number 2, domination and elevation on display last night at Aquinas High. Addison Ford, the Blue Gold, soaring high for the kill. She finished with 22 of them in the 4-set win for her side over Central. Now let's head to the football field for number 3. It's Caledonia's Ethan Stendel hitting Will Allen down the sideline. He makes the move, and he is gone. 54 yards to the house. Allen's only catch of the day, a big one, in a 28-0 Warrior win. Another Ethan up for nomination at number 4, this time Ethan Knisley of Blair Taylor. A fantastic catch. Then look at this move he puts on the defenders there to get into the end zone. Wildcats would pull off the comeback over CFC. And lastly, this one sent in to us, and hold on to your hats. It is a doozy. His name is Kyle Sealing. His game is making dudes miss. Sealing gets the handoff on the 3-yard line. And look at the Red Hawk halfback go. Had to speed up a little bit there, but he goes 97 big ones for the TD. Finished with 220 and 4 scores against Viroqua. These submissions have been awesome. Thank you for that. And to vote for your favorite, head to news8000.com. Under the sports tab, click on Play of the Week and pick your favorite. Voting is open now and closes on Friday at 5 p.m., so spread the word. Winner announced during the 6 p.m. sports. Guys, good plays there, but we have to talk about the Brewers, right?
Right.
Yeah, you've got the hat on.
I've got the hat on. I was doing my best to keep them in good spirits, guys. This is an emotional roller coaster going on. Second inning, it's over. It's over. Then they come back up. Oh, we got it. No, it's over again.
There's still more work to do, and then Garrett Mitchell. I mean, it's the young guys coming up with so many clutch hits, just willing this team to a game 3.
I mean, you're right. If they got some footage of us and those cameras back there of what was happening in the newsroom when that last home run was happening.
I don't know if I can handle this.
That was fun.
That go-ahead home run, I think I jumped like 20 feet in the air.
I think you did.
High fives,
Big one tomorrow.
Go Brewers.
Right.
Okay, more news right after this.
I'm a nurse in Wisconsin, and my patients don't want politicians like Eric Hovde making their healthcare decisions.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
Hovde means what he says about opposing reproductive rights.
Eric Hovde supported overturning Roe v. Wade, which led to an abortion ban in Wisconsin.
And that's a ban with no exceptions for rape or incest.
What Hovde supports criminalizes abortion and doctors like me.
We need to vote against Eric Hovde.
Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Are you thinking about new windows and doors? A new bathroom, a new kitchen, maybe a sunroom, siding, or a deck? Get started today with special savings while we celebrate serving homeowners for over 35 years. While we celebrate Danielle becoming the new general manager.
And celebrate Dad's 80th birthday.
Best products.
The best people.
Best prices.
35th anniversary at the board store.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. These places employ us, sponsor the Little League team, and feed and clothe us. That's why I'm proud of the work I've done to support our business community. I know that the side of the aisle you're on matters less than being on the side of our main streets. No party has a monopoly on good ideas. I'm Steve Doyle, and I'm working for our businesses, working for our communities, and I'm working for you.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative.
Arthritis, high blood pressure, breast cancer. Almost everyone has a pre-existing condition and could lose health insurance if Derek Van Orden and Washington insiders get their way. They take money from big insurance companies, then try to strip coverage for pre-existing conditions. Van Orden and Washington insiders don't care about you, so if you get sick, you get dropped. Time to drop Derek Van Orden and these Washington insiders from Congress.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Well, if you ever have tech issues, and we all do from time to time, now is the time to celebrate those who help you solve those problems.
That's because Thursday is National Techies Day, observed every year on October 3rd. An important part of this particular observation is encouraging students to think about pursuing careers in technology. Opportunities around in the tech field, and there's no end in sight to the expansion of those opportunities.
It's worth noting that National Techies Day falls in National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Cybersecurity is another reason to appreciate techies, and of course all that they do to help protect our data, computers, smartphones, and software.
So give your IT guy a high five tomorrow.
Yeah, a little shout out to our engineers who fix all of our broken equipment, make sure the signal's working great, and troubleshoot plenty of issues.
Lots of issues.
Help us get on the air. Thank you, guys.
Okay, Greg will have one final look at your forecast when we come back.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you see condensation here, you could have mold hiding here. You need a trusted window company to replace the window and check for hidden issues. At Clear Choice, we know that your home is your biggest investment, and in a year like this, every dollar needs to be spent wisely. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Call now for our buy 3, get 1 free special. Choose Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions or something less.
Cooley Carpet has always been more than just carpet, and now the name will reflect that. Cooley Floors and Design. Along with the brand new name, there's a fresh new look to the showroom. Don't worry, Cooley Floors and Design still has the same great team at the same convenient location. Ready to elevate your space? The design consultants will take the time to discuss your dreams, needs, and your budget. Cooley Floors and Design will accompany you through every step, from expert advice to professional installation. Visit Cooley Floors and Design on Mormon Cooley Road for a fresh new look.
A suspected Venezuelan gang member who was arrested for domestic battery.
Violently attacked a woman physically and sexually.
The border crisis is real here in Wisconsin.
Criminal gangs harming our community.
We're stretched thin. Open borders and weak politicians are crushing us.
Rebecca Cook is one of them. She doesn't back law enforcement. She'll never secure the border. She doesn't even want to.
That's why we stand with Derek Van Orden. He has our back.
And I've got yours. I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More recliners. King Furniture has more Lazy Boy recliners than anywhere else in the Cooley region. Fabric, leather, even lift chairs. Try them all. Sit on this, sit on that. There's plenty here to choose from because it's all about choices, you know. And as always, free delivery. Just try that anywhere else.
King Furniture.
Nice people, nice furniture.
You just have to get in the seat of a John Deere Gator XUV 835M, not because of the spacious cargo box, or because it can tackle any terrain, not even because it tows up to 4,000 pounds. You just have to get in the seat because something about being this productive just makes you smile.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a Deere. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
He murdered a father of 3, sentenced to life in prison. Kamala Harris pushed to use tax dollars to pay for his sex change.
I made sure that they changed the policy so that every transgender inmate would have access.
It sounds insane because it is insane. Kamala was the first to help pay for a prisoner's sex change.
The power that I had, I used it in a way that was about pushing for the movement, frankly, and the agenda.
Kamala's agenda is they, them, not you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
All right, update on your leaves. Unfortunately, keeping the wind down is going to be the main factor up north, but we are starting to see more color out there, and it will definitely increase over the next couple of weeks. Ideal is to have calm conditions and no rain once the peak comes, but we won't have any rain. Looks like maybe Saturday night's the best chance, but I think we're going to see 80, so it's going to be a windy start to the weekend and kind of a breezy end to it. But notice the temp drop. That 68 on Sunday is kind of where we should be, and there afterwards, dry, dry, and dry is really what the story is.
I saw one tree that was just colored, and the rest of the golf course were just all green.
Yeah, it depends on trees. You're starting to see more. You will in the next couple of weeks. Our peak is not till like the middle of October. So
Coming up.
So stay patient, everybody.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us at 10.
We'll see you tomorrow.